Is it time? I can't wait to see it.
Every moment, now and forever. Across every border, across every land, we form, we empower, together we stand. From Africa to the world. Connecting everybody.
Good morning and welcome to CEMTV News. CEMTV News. Truth first, you next. Stay informed to stay empowered. I am Francis Oyima. Edit. Let's take a look at the headlines. Petrol prices remain high despite sharp drop in global crude oil cost. Port Harcourt motorists comment on adherence to the IG's roadblock directives. Plus, Zimbabwe Senate backs constitutional changes that could extend Mnangagwa's rule to 2030. We'll bring you details of these stories and more in just a moment. Please stay.
This is CEMTV. Reliable news and entertainment.
Thanks for staying with us. We begin the news this morning with a report that following the directive of the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Detsu, banning all unauthorized roadblocks and checkpoints across the country, the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Olubenga Adepoju, has begun enforcing the order throughout the state. Motorists who shared their experiences expressed support for the move, noting that it could ease traffic flow and reduce unnecessary delays on major roads.
The Commissioner of Police need to work hard, need to send in men to be patrolling on that road. Because being in the office and say something, police are not, even though today as I'm talking with you, you see many checking points on the road collecting money from drivers from here to Bonny, and it's too much. You understand? From Sakpewan, you pass more than 3. Then when you drive this Popi, those one way say on top post, when they call them, then they come out with their gun, they point to gun and collect 500 naira. Then from there to Gokana Police, you see them there. Close to that way to the Bonny, you see them. They will drive that Siena. You will see them there. You pass the Bonny, go. You see them. Not blocking. So if Commissioner of Police need to stop this, he need to come out and warn the DPO. Because I believe the DPO that send them. Because if you don't pay them, they will hold your motor, ask you a lot of things. My motor particular is complete. My driving license is okay. But police be collecting money, and especially if you don't pay them, pack you.
Somehow, I think it's okay, but in the other way around, it's not okay. It's okay for, protecting thieves and armed robbers on the road. But you see, most of them, they don't know what you carry. All their interest is the 200 or 500 you give them and pass. So if the person is carrying exhibit or human head, they won't know. That's that aspect. But taking them off the roads is risky to us also. Because I noticed if there is a police on the road, I think we, the drivers and the passengers, we have a little bit confidence If you watch roads that these armed robbers do attack, they always come when there is a police change. They know when the police are changing their duty, when they are not on the road. They know that time and they hit the road by that time. But with the presence of the police, they don't come. If they can make one station to be at one point, it will be better than that 4 or 5 points all of us are paying. Like the other day, I encountered a police officer at within that Gokana border road. The man said he will shoot me if I don't give him just 200 naira. That he will shoot me, and I was like, is it because of 200 you want to shoot me? That God, please, even if it is 10,000 you want, I'll give, because I still have children. So don't just kill me prematurely. And I had to, give him his 200.
To assess compliance with the directive, CEMTV's team also visited several checkpoints and roadblocks along the Kalabari-Imoha axis, an area previously known for having multiple security checkpoints.
I won't say they should remove police 100%, but I will only beg the CP, time to time to caution the police people, because the police presence helps us a lot. Because if you find out that Ogoni has this too, Ogoni has about 3 or 4 communities, and once in a while you have issues within them, but the police presence helps. So the only thing I will beg the CP, time to time, caution your men, let them do their work. We all work together. Drivers and police will work together. That is just the truth. But sometimes they overboard. These are 200, they love it more than their salary. They can even shoot for 200, even when you have your papers. But some police people are this.
Findings from the visit shows a high level of compliance across most of the locations inspected, with many unauthorized roadblocks either dismantled or no longer operational. However, one checkpoint located along the Choba Junction route was observed to be lacking in compliance with the directive at the time of the visit. The police command in Rivers State, meanwhile, has reiterated its commitment to implementing the Inspector General's directive and ensuring that only authorized security checkpoints operate in accordance with the established policing guidelines. Away from that, the Rivers State Governor Similai Fubara on Thursday ordered for the immediate sealing of the building site which collapsed on Wednesday, June 24th. Fubara gave the order when he visited a 4-story building site which collapsed at Dr. Peter Odili Road, close to Antenna Filling Station, Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital. The incident occurred less than 24 hours after another building collapsed in the Iwofe axis of the state capital.
Be careful, please.
Speaking with these men, workers and members of the Red Cross Society were on rescue mission, and other relevant security agencies described the incident as unfortunate.
It's a building, a high-rise building that collapsed. From the background, you see that only the lift section is still standing. Every other aspect of the building is down. There are casualties that have been rescued, about 3. 2 earlier this morning and some less than 30 minutes ago. One was rescued. From information we gathered, there are still some persons that are trapped in the building. So as Red Cross, our duty is for search and rescue. So we are waiting for them to create space for us so that we can go in and see what we can do to rescue as many as we will find.
Also speaking, the State Comptroller, Federal Fire Service of the Rivers State Command, Ikenna Obasi, noted that construction workers had barely resumed their job for the day when the building under construction caved in.
We got a call that there was a building collapsed, and we came here and we learned that there are some people that are trapped under the debris. So we called a few agencies who are here with their equipment, heavy-duty equipment, to do the excavation. So that's what, as you can see, what's currently going on. We're trying to excavate as much as possible so that we can do our search and rescue operation.
On the casualties, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Ikechukwu Okoro, stated that 2 people were rescued from the rubble and taken to undisclosed hospital for treatment.
So far, 3 people have been rescued alive with some degree of injury. While one rescued, that one, by the time they get to the hospital, I think the doctor confirmed that one dead. While the rescue operation is still on, as you can see, we are here, we have cordoned this place to ensure that we have a minimal casualty and to de-escalate the situation. So the rescue operation is still on, and we are here with other security agencies. The Red Cross are here, NEMA are here, Civil Defense, DSS, and Julius Berger as a company, RRCC, all hands has been on deck to ensure we have a successful rescue operation.
Meanwhile, Engineer Val Owumelu, the instigator of the rescue and equipment provider, called for calmness as rescue operations were ongoing at the scene to ensure the safety of lives.
Urban development should take a very good measure before approval, because if this was done very well, I don't think we'll have such incidents here. So it's bad, but for me, let's save life first before the precautions.
Away from that, the Nigerian police force has denied allegations that its personnel were seen interacting with armed bandits in Katsina State, describing the report as false and misleading.
Kai me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Kai wani ma me yasa kake haka ne Aminu? Me yasa kake haka ne? A sun tubo ajewa ne.
The controversy followed the circulation of a viral video showing police officers exchanging greetings with armed men riding motorcycles, sparking concerns among members of the public. In a statement issued on Wednesday, Force Public Relations Officer Anyetie Iniodu clarified that the individuals featured in the video were not bandits but recognized members of the Vigilante Group of Nigeria (VGN) and registered local hunters assisting security agencies. According to the police spokesperson, the vigilantes and hunters are actively supporting ongoing security operations in Musawa and Matazu local government areas of Katsina State. The video captured a routine interaction between a police officer and the security volunteers as they proceeded to a designated operational area in support of efforts to combat criminality and enhance public safety. The police urged the public to avoid spreading unverified information, stressing that collaboration with accredited community security groups remains an important part of efforts to tackle insecurity in affected areas. To politics now, where former Rivers State Governor and former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi has made his first public appearance since being named the Vice Presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress (ADC). Amechi was seen at the Deeper Love Bible Church in Kado, Abuja, on the opening day of the church's Global Crusade. The event is expected to feature ministrations by the church's General Overseer, Pastor Dr. William Folorunshore Kumuyi. His appearance comes just days after the ADC announced on June 15th his selection as the running mate to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar for the party's anticipated 2027 presidential campaign. The development has attracted significant political attention, with observers closely monitoring the activities of the ADC leadership as preparations for the next general election begin to gather momentum. Meanwhile, petrol prices across Nigeria have remained elevated despite a significant decline in global crude oil prices, which fell on Wednesday to $73 per barrel, the lowest level since the onset of the United States-Iran conflict in February. Data from oilprice.com showed that crude oil prices dropped from $76.75 per barrel on Tuesday to $73.50 on Wednesday, continuing a downward trend that began after the United States and Iran reached a peace agreement. Despite the reduction in crude oil prices, petrol pump prices have not reflected the change. As of Wednesday, many filling stations were still dispensing petrol at around 1,205 naira per litre, prompting concerns among consumers who argue that current retail prices do not align with prevailing international oil market conditions. Crude oil had surged to nearly $120 per barrel at the height of tensions between the United States and Iran, before retreating to about $73 per barrel following the peace deal reached on June 14. The sharp decline fueled expectations among Nigerians that petrol prices would fall below 1,000 naira per litre. However, those expectations are yet to be realized, leaving many consumers questioning why fuel prices remain largely unchanged despite the substantial drop in crude oil cost. We move to Africa, where Zimbabwe's Senate has approved a set of controversial constitutional amendments that could allow President Emerson Mnangagwa to remain in office until 2030, completing the legislative process after the proposals earlier passed the National Assembly. The amendments have sparked intense debate in the Southern African nation, where the ruling ZANU-PF party, led by the 83-year-old president, maintains commanding majority in parliament and has governed continuously since independence in 1980. Senate President Mabel Chinomona announced that 75 senators voted in support of the amendment, while 4 opposed them. The legislation had previously secured approval in the National Assembly on June 18, with 216 lawmakers voting in favor and 42 against. Before becoming law, the bill will return to the National Assembly for final approval of technical amendments, after which it will be sent to President Mnangagwa for accent. Away from that, the Philippine government has temporarily restricted access to the video game Gobox after preliminary investigations linked one of the suspects in a recent school shooting to the game. The move follows a tragic incident in Tacloban City, southeast of Manila, where 2 teenage suspects aged 15 and 14 allegedly opened fire inside a classroom on Monday. The attack left 3 students dead and 20 others injured. Authorities revealed that the 14-year-old suspect was an active player of Gobox, a highly violent first-person shooter game. According to its description on Google Play, the game allows users to engage in intense combat scenarios using a wide range of weapons and explosives. The country's Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, CICC, said it was necessary to examine whether exposure to the game may have influenced the suspect's action. Aboy Paraso, an undersecretary at the CICC, explained that the temporary restriction would give investigators time to determine whether the game played any role in the event leading to the shooting. And still to come in the news, medical doctor with the Apin Foundation in Kamshisha, Benue State, dies after battling Lassa fever for more than 2 weeks. National Sport Commission announces a landmark increase in the prize money for the Nigeria Premier Football League. We'll bring you details of these in just a moment. Please stay.
What's on your mind today? The goal by Victor Osimhen was amazing.
The economy. Isn't that what's on everybody's mind?
I would like to see more women in positions of authority. If you heard and saw it from CEMTV, you can take it to the bank. CEMTV, your reliable source of news, information, and entertainment.
Thanks for staying with us, and now to the rest of the news stories. The Benue State Commissioner for Health and Human Services, Paul Eja Oguche, Dr. Vitalis Tasso Aziva, has noted that a medical doctor who worked with the Apin Foundation in Konshisha local government area of Benue State has died after battling Lassa fever for more than 2 weeks. This prompted the Benue State government to activate emergency response measures, including contact tracing and surveillance. The latest case fatality rate from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention (NCDC) has also revealed that the death toll from the outbreak of Lassa fever across the country has climbed to over 200, with health authorities warning of increasing infections across several states. To business news, where the Director General of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, Segun Ajayi Kadir, has expressed concern over the decline in bank loans to the manufacturing sector, warning that it could lead to reduced production, job losses, and slower economic growth. Ajayi Kadir said the drop in financing comes at a time when Nigeria needs more investment in local production to reduce dependence on imports, create jobs, and boost economic development. He attributed the situation to high interest rates, tight monetary policies, banks' cautious lending practices, and delays in government industrial support programs. Ajayi also blamed the high cash reserve requirement CRR imposed on banks, saying it limits the amount of money available for lending to businesses, warning that the reduced funding for manufacturers could weaken local production, increase reliance on imported goods, and worsen inflationary pressures. To sports now, where the National Sports Commission has announced a landmark increase in the prize money for the Nigeria Premier Football League, with next season champions set to receive a record 1 billion naira, up from the current 200 million naira, as part of sweeping reforms aimed at transforming domestic football. According to a statement signed by the NSC Director of Press, Dr. Kehinde Ajayi, the enhanced reward structure will extend beyond the league champions. The announcement was made by NSC Chairman Shehu Diko during a high-level strategic meeting with officials of the Nigeria Football Federation in Abuja. The meeting, which was held at the Commission's headquarters, was attended by DICO, NSC Director General Bukola Olupade, NFF President Ibrahim Gusau, NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohamed Sanusi, and Super Eagles head coach Eric Chile. Next up is entertainment, where Nollywood actress Ome Chioko has recounted an on-set accident that left her hospitalized after she fell from a motorcycle during a movie shoot. The actress shared a video on Instagram showing the incident, which occurred while she was filming a scene on the back of a motorcycle ridden by fellow actor Victory Michael. The accident happened when the motorcycle collided with a metal barrier, which caused the rider to lose control and throw her to the ground. Crew members and colleagues rushed to assist the actress as she cried out in pain before being taken to the hospital for treatment. Reflecting on the ordeal, Okoye expressed gratitude for surviving the accident and described life as fragile by highlighting the risks actors often face while filming. And that's CEMTV News for this morning, but before we go, a quick recap of the major news headlines. We told you that petrol prices has remained high despite sharp drop in global crude oil cost. We also told you that Port Harcourt motorists have commented on adherence to the IGP's order block on directive on roadblocks. In the foreign scene, we told you that Zimbabwe Senate backed constitutional changes that could extend Nangawa's rule to 2030. You've been watching CEMTV News at 7. I am Francis Oyima Edit. Always remember, CEMTV News. Truth first, you next. Stay informed to be empowered. Many thanks for watching and do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.